Hello guys, ignore the fact that you guys aren't straight and I'm in the car filming on my phone. Basically, I forgot my camera, but we're about to go on to Books A Million. It is Saturday, and yesterday and on Thursday we went to Disney. Did Hollywood on Thursday, and then Magic Kingdom on Friday, yesterday. And we were supposed to do originally then Epcot on Monday, and then we were originally gonna redo Magic on on Tuesday, but then originally we were like, okay, then we realized that we were able to be somewhat satisfied with every park every day. So then we're like, okay, let's do Animal on Tuesday. No, Animal on Tuesday. But then we saw that on Tuesday there was a lightning lane available that we could buy for Guardians, and we were like, okay, yeah, let's buy that lightning lane. So then we're gonna do Animal on Monday, but then Monday it's gonna rain 25 to 30 millimeters. So we're going on Wednesday, and we bought a lightning lane for the, like, you're riding the banshee thingies, but it's because we realized that doing big rides is very difficult without lightning lanes, and at this point we're tired and arriving super early, like an hour early, just for people who have early entry to be able to do the ride without waiting. And us, like, the shortest line we can get during the day is like 80 minutes or like 70 minutes. So we're like, we're gonna pay the money even though we're broke. But I haven't bought any merch so far, which is crazy, but I'm about to go buy books, so. But I have been eating a lot of snacks. I will post a review of all my snacks on TikTok. They're like rating. But yeah, sorry, I haven't been talking much. I want to be better at vlogging the 2 other days, and hopefully I will because we have a lot more time. But let's just say I'm back in my Disney adult phase, which I never left. But I'm kind of like, I want to go back sometimes this year. That would be fun if I can afford it. So I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun, and I'm gonna go buy some books. Including, the only book that I know I want to buy is Wild Side. I think that's, yeah, Wild Side by Elsie Silver, because I love Elsie Silver, and it released last Tuesday, so yeah. Hello, you're being interviewed, Dad, officially.
Right. Do I find it a little overwhelming sometimes to be an inspiration for a whole generation? Yes, I do. But it's what comes with the territory, like being so important, so successful, such a great person. It's normal that people look up to me, and I try to be up to their expectations, and I always am because I'm awesome.
First sip, guys. You can't.
Which one is that?
That's
the bark?
That's the wilderness bark.
This is the Gold Rush. Oh my gosh, it's really good.
This is the s'mores latte. Want to taste? Yeah, we'll taste the Gold Rush.
It's good. I think these two are my favorite.
Yeah, same. So here, this is the official rating, review, whatever. Because you want to be a famous person.
A famous? What's a famous?
Look at that. So there's France over there. And that is Morocco. And that is the sky. There is too much lights right now. But there's France over there, if you can see it. We are in Epcot, and I have my ears on. We are ready to rumble. Ba-na-na-na. Hello people, I'm back from vacation. Next to me, by the way, I have this whole thing. This is full of yarn. That's the yarn that I bought, and I'm not taking it all out because I'm just not, but I'm back from vacation, and I know I have a lack of like actual talking footage and footage from anything other than Disney from vacation, but that is because Disney was tiring and we didn't do that much. Well, actually, I have one of the biggest things we did. Well, we did two big things kind of other than Disney. We went to Topgolf that I didn't film because it'd be awkward, I don't know. But I did film a bit of us going to get coffee at the Great Wilderness Lodge. Disney, if not Fort Wilderness, Great Wilderness Lodge, I think. Wilderness, I don't know what it's called, but we got coffee there because we are all fans. Well, number one, funny thing, I started watching Haley Pham's YouTube about 4-ish years ago, maybe a bit over 4. I think around 4 years ago. My brother started watching Ryan Trahan a bit over 3 years ago, and we never talked about it. Like, we never talked about watching them, but they're married. And then one point my brother's like, oh yeah, there's this creator I like. I think his name is like Ryan Trahan. We should watch him as a family. And then I'm like, dude, that's literally one of my favorite YouTubers' husbands. And in one of his videos, he goes to the Wilderness Lodge and he's like, oh my god, this coffee is the best thing ever. So since we watch him as a family, my mom was like, why don't we just park at Disney Springs, take the bus to that hotel, and then have coffee there? And like, it's a, like, it's not a super expensive activity, and we can just, have coffee as a family. And it's an outing though, so we did that. And I did meet Donald Duck because Donald Duck is amazing. And I met Winnie the Pooh at Disney. Also, an amazing experience that happened is me meeting Mandalorian. You probably saw that day, but I was wearing my Grogu Mandalorian shirt that I got over 5 years ago at the Space Mountain exit last time I was at Disney. So that shirt, it was $75, and I was like, I'm paying the $75 US. It was back then, 75 US was like $90 Canadian, which is crazy because now it'd be over $100. No, around $100. But now those shirts are $90 each. I did purchase 2, but none of them were full price because it was at the Disney Character Outlet. Got some other t-shirts, and then I got this one at Epcot on our second to last day, and then my last day at Animal was mostly a solo day. We did have a lightning lane. By the way, if you are doing Disney and you're like, oh, I'm not gonna do any lightning lanes, I'm gonna do the wait times, all that, like we did, I would definitely recommend at least getting for Animal Kingdom, Epcot, and honestly Magic. We didn't do it for Magic, but I regret it. Getting the lightning lane for the big ride. So like the big new ride. Hollywood Studios, we were able to do all of the rides other than Rock and Roller Coaster, but that was only because they shut down, and we didn't do like the saucer, like flying saucer thingy at Toy Story Land just because we didn't want to do it, but we could have. But like it was because it shut down, Rock and Roller Coaster, so that one we weren't able to do. But that park you can do if you get there for rope drop. You can do all the rides in one day. But for Magic, number one, we did a lot of rides, but not all the rides. Magic is definitely, if you can, a 2-park day. And originally we were gonna do 2 days at Magic and then skip Animal, but then I realized, I was like, no, we gotta do Animal. But basically, I would recommend for Animal, get a lightning lane for Flight of Passage because you can get 120 minutes of waiting time on that one. For Epcot, definitely Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, so basically the wait time, the standby wait time was almost 2 hours at that point. But because you can only buy it individual lightning lane or in the premier lightning lane. But in the individual lightning lane, we were in and out in like 20-30 minutes. Like we barely waited. Same thing, Flight of Passage, we waited 15 minutes, and that includes the pre-show. So, and I think it's kind of expensive, but if you're someone who just like personally, yeah, I have autism and ADHD, so especially now that I still wouldn't qualify for the DAS pass at Disney that I used to have. Basically, I get very tired and overstimulated easily. So like I need my quiet times sometime, or I need to like fully focus, like disassociate in the line, which I could have done without technically, but I would have been so dead and like barely like a walking zombie by the end of the day. But like I would definitely recommend the $20, well, 19 US for Guardians of the Galaxy, Cosmic Rewind, and then 13 for Flight of Passage, but it depends how much, depending on the day. Like if you're there in December, you're probably gonna pay $30 for it. But like us, it's still spring break, so it's like still like the height season of Disney. and it was that. But yeah, anyways, sorry, but had the best time ever at Disney, already planning the next trip. Like, catch me becoming a Disney influencer, because the last time I went I was 14. Life was so different in my house, and I was like, yeah, I'm a Disney adult, but like the pandemic happened. I don't know when I'll be going back. Now I'm like, I want to go 5 times a year. I want to become like, if I become rich, I'm gonna be an annual pass holder, and whenever I see a cheap flight, I'm going to Disney, you know? Like, if I have the money, I'll do that for sure. Yeah, anyways, now onto what I was actually gonna do. Is the last little part of this video will be not a recap, but a book haul, because I acquired 16 plus 3 plus 4, 23 books. I may have an issue. Now, 4 of the books I'm not going to show you because they're already put away. Well, they were all put away, but I didn't feel like pulling those out away. It's Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, Northanger Abbey, and Mansfield Park by Jane Austen. But like, everyone knows those books, so I'm not going to spend any time really on those books. But hey, I'm going to start with the 3 books that I got at Target. No, not Target. Barnes & Noble. First, we have First Time Caller by B.K. Borson. Love this book. It's a book that I already read, and it was a 5 stars. And this book is my baby. Basically, the 3 books that I bought at Barnes were all 5 stars because I love them so much. Next, we have Beg, Borrow, or Steal. And this one is a book that I read in January, and I loved as much as I love Daydream by Hannah Grace. And if you know me, you know I loved Daydream by Hannah Grace, and it is my favorite, one of my favorite books of all time. This one, so basically Deep End, that I also bought. Gonna talk about it at some point in probably, even though I didn't do a February wrap up, I reread it this week in March, so I'll include my review of that in my March wrap up. Anyways, this book, Daydream by Hannah Grace, and Deep End by Ellie Hazelwood are probably my 3 favorite books of all time. And 2 of those books I read this year, and the other book is in September. But I mean, that can change all the time because my reading taste changed. So maybe in a year I'll be a fantasy girly. But that's actually my favorite books of all time, but only in romance, or else there's actually books that I also love as much, but is in fantasy, and it's a whole series, so I feel differently about it, you know? Then we have Wild Side by Elsie Silver, Reese and Tabitha. This book, I hadn't read it yet when I bought it. I bought it last week, and then basically in the car on Saturday on our way back, because we drove, I was like, I'm gonna read this, and then I read it in one sitting, as one does, and I'm just so obsessed with this book and this author, and I knew I was gonna love this one. I knew, because they kind of hate each other. You can see it in all the other books, and I was so excited because I was like, when the 2 characters that hate each other randomly have to get together for kind of a forced proximity thing, because this one is a marriage of convenience, I know that the forced proximity is going to be delicious. That's actually a weird way to explain. I don't know why I said it that way, but hey. And then next we have all of the books from Books A Million that were all under $7 each. A lot of them were $4, $5, or like $6. Actually, there's some that I paid literally $3.50 or something like that for them, because they were all in the bargain book section. First, we have Luck and Last Resorts by Sarah Grunder Ruiz. I don't know how to pronounce her name. Haven't read the first book, but it doesn't seem like I'm not super like, oh my god, I need to read that book. So I might read the second book in this interconnected standalone series, which is crazy. I know sometimes I do that. I know a lot of people don't skip ever the first book, but for me, what I'll do sometimes is, well, also the other book, this one is going to be my priority because it's the only one I own in that series. So if I really love this one, I'll go back to the other one, you know? But yeah, this one, haven't read yet, but super excited. And it looks so cute. This one is With Love from Cold World. I bought it. I had a bit heard about it, but that's it. And then on Saturday as well, no, Friday, was it Friday or Thursday actually? Last week. I think it was Thursday last week I started reading it, and then I continued, no, Friday last week I started it, really loved it. And then I finished it on Saturday, 4.5 stars, so cute. I'll talk more about it on my wrap up that I'm releasing like in 2-ish weeks. So you guys will know more about it then. And then I bought This Could Be Us by Kennedy Ryan. I know this is also the second book in a series, but if you find any books in the bargain book section, I'm gonna buy it. Like, I can pay $6 US for this book, of course I'm gonna get it. But it is on Kindle Unlimited, so I will be reading it, and I'm actually listening to my first Kennedy Ryan book on Audible because it's like on Audible Premium Plus whatever. And it is what's the book called again? I think it's Long Shot? I don't know, but I'm really excited and I really want to get into her books, and her covers are gorgeous. Also, if you're wondering, Alexa, why are you so jittery right now? I drank coffee, and also I miss talking to a camera, and I haven't talked a lot today. Which is, yes, I did actually talk a lot to my mom this morning, but for me, I didn't talk a lot today. This is what happens when I work all day in my office alone. I end up needing to talk to people. That we have Raiders of the Lost Heart by Joe Segura. I know the second book in the series came out or is about to come out, and it has an Alia Hazelwood blurb, and also so did, I think, With Love from Cold World. No, this one doesn't, but this one did have a blurb from Alia Hazelwood. And by the way, the common denominator for a lot of these books are books that have a blurb from Alia Hazelwood. And I didn't even notice when I bought them. And then I went home and I was like, oh my god, Alia Hazelwood has loved all these books, and I've loved all books she wrote. So, of course I'm gonna buy them. But yeah, no, this one is so cute. And I just feel like it has really cute summer vibes and adventure vibes. And I think I'm gonna probably read it in April. I don't know. I was getting a weird, like, kind of adventure-y nature romance vibe in April. Like last year I read the whole Something Cove series, I think, by Stephanie Archer. I forgot what it's like. I don't remember what the full title is of the series, but I'll put it on the screen. Alexa, don't get lazy this time. You're actually gonna search it up and put it on the screen, because I don't feel like going on my phone. But that all those books have like kind of a nature aspect. Like sometimes they go camping, or like because it's on Vancouver Island in BC, and like there's one book that they go like looking for plants and nature. I'm not describing it in the best way, but I binge read that whole series, and then I binge read like another beachy one. So like I guess I love books that go outside a lot, and this one is literally gorgeous and perfect and clearly will go outside. Next we have The Breakup Tour by Emily Wibberley and Austin Sigmund Broca. They're a like couple that write books together. They wrote The Roughest Draft, I'm pretty sure. This one is almost like a Taylor Swift inspired book, and it literally has a blurb by Alia Hazelwood that says, at once sweet and angsty and full of, oh no, that's not the blurb I was looking for. I was looking for the blurb of B.K. Borson, who wrote First Time Caller, and it says this one is for the Swifties, and I am a Swift. But I will say this one, I already read it, and it was pretty good. I definitely recommend it if you're a Swiftie, or if you're a person who likes to have fun and you're not like a Debbie Downer. Next we have Business or Pleasure by Rachel Lynn Solomon, who wrote The X Talk, and I actually haven't read The X Talk by Rachel Solomon. I've actually only read her YA books, and I don't even know what these are about. By the way, I didn't even look at the blurbs when getting those books, which I definitely should have. But hey, I kind of buy books based on vibes, and I never know what the books that I'm getting into are about. Hence why, oh wait, my TBR videos are always so chaotic, because I'm like, oh, I think I'm gonna read this book, or I think I'm gonna read that book. No, I want to read that book and I think it's about this, and then once I made a TBR video for my TikTok and the author commented, hey, that book is actually not a cowboy romance, even though you described it as one, and I was like, this is embarrassing, so I'm never gonna make that mistake again. But I don't know what these are about. I'm just going for vibes off the cover, and also the author. This one, the author wrote Today, Tonight, Tomorrow, and See You Yesterday, which are two YA books that are really, really cute. So after that, we have my two babies that I haven't read yet, but it's in a universe that I love, and it is The Dixon Rule and The Graham Effect by Elle Kennedy. The two books, what's the series again? Wait, not Off Campus. I don't even know what the name of the series is, gonna be honest, but it's the kids of, like, this one is Gigi Graham, the kid of, why am I forgetting his name? Okay, I can't even speak anymore. Why am I forgetting his name? Garrett Graham and, Garrett Graham and Hannah Wells, I think so, yeah. Basically the off-campus series, this is their children, I think. I don't know where this one's children is, but hey, I don't know who this one's parents are. My god. But hey, really excited. And the last one in that series just came out recently, so, and these were like $5 each. Now, have I finished the off-campus series? No, I have one book left. And have I read the Briar U series? No. So there is like 4 or 5 books between me and these books, but hey, it is what it is. After that, we have King of Sloth by Anna Huang. You guys know I'm an Anna Huang girl. I love her. And she once interacted with one of my TikToks and reposted it, so it was one of the best days of my life. But this one is the 4th book in the Kings of Sin series. I've literally read them all so far. There's one coming out in April and I'm literally so excited. I'm literally gonna jump up and down, like, once I get to read it. It's crazy. I'm so excited. But this one I really love, and they had it. Now, I do only own the 1st and the 4th. And I did get the 1st from, like, I did get the UK version when Book Depository was still a thing. Now it's dead and I can't get the UK versions. It's like I paid like a really low amount for the UK version. And now I have this one, which is so much taller, and the UK version, which is so great. After that, we have Pretend You're Mine and Finally Mine by Lucy Score. I love Lucy Score. Don't know what these are from, but they had the first 2 in the series. I've loved Lucy Score's books. I think I've read them all. I've read all the ones that I have. I have her Knockdown series, the Maggie Moves On. This one I thought was okay, that one, but or else I also have By a Thread, which is also one of my favorite books. So hey, really hope I'm gonna love this. I'm thinking it's small town and it's interconnected standalones, and I love a good interconnected standalone series. That used to be on Kindle, well, it's still on Kindle Unlimited. But like those Kindle Unlimited ones that are like published by Bloom Books after that we have A Touch of Chaos by Scarlett Sinclair. Once again, this is a book that I'm about 3 books away from reading in this series, because I'm reading, like, you're kind of supposed to do kind of a tandem reading. Well, not tandem, but like 1 book the Persephone series, 1 book in the perspective of Hades. So right now I'm technically in the 4th out of 7 book right now. Wow, Alexa, say right now challenge so many times. That didn't even make sense. What am I on about? But anyways, really excited to read this series. I have the first one because my boss was like, hey, no. But yeah, I have the first one and I have the 7th one now. So I'm missing 2 through 6. Then we have Glow by Raven Kennedy. You guys know I'm a Plated Prisoner series girl. I binge read it. I have the 6th one. I didn't have any other ones, but now they had this one for like $5. And it's a thick book. How many pages are in this actually? Over 800 pages, and I read this in 1 day. Am I okay? Sometimes I question my sanity, honestly. Like when I'm binge reading a series, watch out. So I become feral and like, well, not feral, okay. I'm saying very crazy things, but like sometimes I'm like, I don't need sleep, I need answers. And then I get super obsessed with the series and it is all I can think about. Hence, like when I binge read books 2 through 4 from the Beasts of Fire series, and when I binge read books 1 through 3, the Bonds That Tie series, I still have 4, 5, and 6 left to read, but hey, I really need to read those. Then we have, sorry, I got distracted by something. Then we have Maybe Meant to Be and What Happens After Midnight by K.L. Walther. I've read Summer of Broken Rules. Don't own it, but I've read it, and these ones were $3.97 each. So I was like, you guys are coming home with me. The covers are so cute, and I love a good YA romance. And lastly, we have a book that I originally wasn't sure if I was gonna read, but then I was like, girl, it's Jessa Hastings. Of course I'm gonna read it, and that is Never. Now I think the 2nd book in the series either already came out or is coming out this year, like later this year, but this is kind of a Peter Pan Wendy retelling, I think. Wait, okay, yeah. So the back is... the blurb says, growing up, Daphne always knew Peter Pan would come for her, the way he'd come for her mother, and her grandmother, and Wendy before that, the Darling Girls. The stories are all the same. The forever young boy at their window after their 13th birthday and the shimmering magical land behind the star.